Find the sum of the first 6 terms of the geometric sequence shown below. So it gives us 3, 3/4, and 3/16. Now we know that when we see the clue word here, geometric sequence, we know we're going to use this formula. And it is S sub n equals a sub 1. Multiply that by 1 minus r to the nth power. All of that is over 1 minus r. Now, of course, we could take the sum of the first 6 terms. We could figure out what the first 6 terms are, and then we could sit and add them all together. But we have this nice formula that makes it a little bit easier for us. So that the clue word there is geometric sequence, and whenever we see that, we use this formula here. And then all we have to do is identify what we should plug in, which numbers are where, and then we can go ahead and just solve. So the first thing we have is a sub 1, and we know that a sub 1 is our first term of the sequence. And they gave us 3, 3/4, and 3/16, so our first term is going to be 3. And then the next thing we have is r, and r is the common ratio. And our common ratio is the difference between the 3 numbers that it does give us. So if we have 3, and then we have 3/4, and then we have 3/16, just by looking at that, we can almost see that we're multiplying there by 1/4. So our common ratio is going to be 1/4. And then n is also found in our question. It's one of the clues. It says, find the sum of the first 6 terms. So it wants the first 6, and so our n is going to be 6. And those are the numbers we want to plug in, and now we just have to plug and solve. So let's go ahead and go up here and finish solving up here. So we have s sub n, so we know that's going to be s sub 6 equals a sub 1, so that's 3. We're going to multiply that by 1 minus r, which is 1/4, raised to the nth power, which is going to be 6. All of that is going to be 1 minus the common ratio, which is 1/4. Now when we solve for that, we're going to get s sub 6 is 4095 over 11. I'm not going to show you how to do that, but I will give you this clue. Remember that when we work these, we sort of go from right to left on these. So what we're going to want to do is take negative 1/4 and raise that to the 6th power. And then we're going to want to take 1 minus the number that you get, and then you're going to want to multiply that by 3. So you sort of work from right to left. And then, of course, you want to divide that by 1 minus 1/4, and we know that that's 3/4. So that's just sort of how you solve that. But anyway, when you do, you get 4095 over 11, and that cannot be reduced, and so that is the final answer. The sum of the first 6 terms of the sequence is 4095 over 11.